just when you thought the summer didn't bring any news, we bring more news to you. Right now, this is Summer Shark Bites on Teal Town, USA. It's 7 p.m. Pacific time on a Sunday. You expect somebody to be here, so we're doing it for you. And with that, we say welcome to Summer Shark Bites. Every shark dive into deep waters, get chomping at it. But first, if you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world and in Sharks territory on the YouTube channel. Of course, you can hit us up on all the socials. You can find everything at tealtown.com. If you want to support the show, as always, you can hit us up at Teal Town USA on the Venmo, and also hit us up on the YouTube Super Chat if you're watching us live. And with that, I say hello to Jules, Ian, and of course myself, and we're matchy. This is why I was hoping that
they didn't tell me we were matchy.
Okay,
by the way,
we didn't know until about 10 minutes before the show. Okay,
just saying. Oh, my mic's about to
get off of my. All right, now of course, I why are we doing a show in the middle of July?
Because we're bored.
Because we are bored. Yes, I need to do something besides talking about legal terms for my new job. Ian is playing Rocksmith plus the which team are you destroying in Shell right now, Ian?
Well, we're not destroying this new team.
No, we were a prestigious franchise now. So now that we're the reborn Atlanta Thrashers, we had to take things seriously. It's a prestigious franchise, right? I mean, we were the Edmonton Oilers before, and I mean, not a serious franchise.
Ian's refusing to get a puck moving defenseman. So,
oh my god. And of course, Jules is still talking about her $67 premium vodka slushy at the Taco Bell Cantina in Vegas.
I am.
So if you're wondering why we're here, that's why. But just so you know, unfortunately, we will not unfortunately bring up Jules' power rankings for oceans on this episode.
The answer is the Atlantic Ocean because it has no sea snakes.
Yeah, so we will
stay tuned for that later in the summer.
Yes.
Can I tell you a story about a snake?
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
So now, one of the advantages of living here, so I want to make sure that everyone knows like I was not in any danger, because one of the advantages of living here is that everything poisonous, it's too cold for them. So
that's good.
That's true, right?
Well,
like there's no poisonous spiders, no poisonous snakes. I mean, there's one like small species rattlers that are, you can find them, but it's incredibly rare. They're super endangered. And I've only seen them in captivity. I've never seen them in the wild. But aside from that, there's just garter snakes. And so what happened today was I'm walking my dog and we're walking through the trail, and I hate snakes, dude. Like, snakes are not something that I'm very fond of. He darts into the bush beside me. Like, he's on his leash, but he darts into the bush beside me, comes up with a mouthful of garter snake, and then drops it in front of my feet. And he was so proud of himself. Like, the look on his face, he was so proud of, like, I brought you the snake. Aren't you happy? No, I was not happy. But
is this the puppy or the older one?
This is the older one doesn't care. He just walks and does whatever. It's the puppy that's always getting in trouble. Yeah. So he grabs a little garter snake. I mean, it was only like this big, like not big. There we go. And he dropped it in front of my foot because he's like, look at me. Aren't you proud? I brought you this. And I'm like, no, I'm not proud.
Checks the time. It's been 4 minutes.
I mean, let's be honest here, though. With the dogs, they think they're doing something to help you out. They're trying to save you. And
he'd bring me all kinds of things if I let him loose. Like, he looks
that's terrifying, Ian.
He's a lab. He's a lab. He wants to retrieve things.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah. Yep. So, Jules, do you have anything to add on to what's been happening?
I went to the zoo the other day.
Wow, we got an animal theme going on here. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, dude, those gorillas are scary. One of them was just okay. So like, he was just like, they have like this little like play pit area or whatnot. And he was just chilling on his rock, It's terrifying. He was big. and scary. I don't like gorillas. I mean, they're really smart, but they're scary. But the giraffes are really cute. I can show you guys photos later, maybe. But yeah, I went to the zoo. It was fun, and then I had COVID. That was
Gross.
also fun. But I'm good now. I tested negative, and we're living our best life now.
Yes. As for me, started a new job. Unfortunately, no animals were in there. So what's that?
What are you doing now? I do want. If you don't want to say online, that's fine.
I work in a law firm nearby.
Oh.
So
He's fancy.
Hardly.
Super fancy.
Yeah.
So you can afford this. Like
Jen keeps
premier
asking me. I
vodka.
didn't know the answer, and now I know the answer.
I've tried not to, especially with you. I know you're looking, and I just didn't want to get all excited for it.
Oh.
But no. But I mean, it's a legal job. I'm dealing with all their records and such. I'm very, very important to
You are.
to
awesome.
their
Why-
thing.
Why,
So
like, you think I wouldn't be happy for you? Like,
no. I just know that the struggle can be real. I stuck with my old job at Safeway for way too long, where it was really affecting my mental health. And I was fortunate to find this, and it's like, this is great, but I don't want to be an ass about hey, see you old crew, bye. But I'm very happy with it, and it's fun, and I look forward to it. So, all right.
Wait, real quick. I want to address a question in the chat. We did not get COVID from Vegas. I don't think Puckguy got COVID. I got COVID from the gym. So, for anyone who wants to know, but we did not get COVID. I'm sorry, I got COVID after the draft party. Yeah, there's the new variant is spiking like crazy right now. So I know like about 8 people who have COVID right about now. Including my mom. Feel better, mom. But yeah. Anyways, I should stop derailing this.
No, that's all good, and I'm sure my dad and mom and everybody. Hi, Amanda, and all are this has turned into the romper room portion of the show. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, but Crichton09, feel better. Hope you are recovering soon. So the Grease saying, never trust a snake. I gotcha.
Absolutely. You listen. Before I know. This is really off the rails, but like,
it's fine.
They don't have legs. They shouldn't move. It's not natural. I know it's natural. I understand how snakes move, but it doesn't. It shouldn't work. I agree.
Snakes are like, they don't have legs. Anything that doesn't have legs, I'm like kind of
it's just, it's not. It's just Like I understand the science behind it, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways,
let's get on with the rundown here. So we already discussed about celebrating.
We didn't get Ian's reaction. Ian wasn't on that pod. There you go. Sorry, because
obviously,
I didn't say what it was.
It is amazing, right? Like, it's good. I didn't really have any doubt. Like, I always kind of thought that's the way it was going to end up, because it's the way it always ends up. Right. I think the only guy who went first overall and went back to college was Owen Powers, right? And
and
he's a defenseman, so that's a different situation. These guys generally always, like, these first picks always turn pro. So I thought it was a formality. I think you have to, like, I'm sure there was a thought process there, and I'm not saying that like that those Celebrini's planned the whole time. I'm sure things had to happen. I'm sure he looked at like some of the moves the Sharks made in free agency, and that probably helped things out a little bit, because you want to have players to play with, obviously.
Tyler Toffoli.
So I think those things probably help, but to me, it was always a foregone conclusion. It would have surprised me more had he not turned pro, but I don't know.
What did you think of the Toffoli and Webenberg signing? Because I know you were in the middle of the wilderness when those two things had happened.
Sorry?
The Toffoli and Webenberg signing.
I like the Tyler Toffoli signing. I think that it's a good pickup for the Sharks. I know people are a little tilted that he has a full no move, but again, like, so these guys want security. I think, guys don't want to get moved, especially when you get to a certain point in your career. If you want to go somewhere, you probably want to go somewhere. And I think his wife's around from here, I guess.
From Monterey.
So,
Monterey, yeah.
So I think, obviously, I think you want some security. I think if you look at the situation that Jacob Trouba has right now, you want security in that situation, right? So I don't really begrudge the no move clause. I think it's fine. I think again, like San Jose's a destination where you're going to have to give guys a little bit security if they're signing a 4-year deal and they actually want to be here for 4 years.
Yeah. So
I think I like the Toffoli signing. I've always liked Tyler Toffoli. I think he's a good player. I think he's going to be a guy that will help the young kids along. And again, it's 4 years. Like it's not like a super long commitment. He's a guy who can come in here and help the kids along. I think he's going to be a piece for this team going forward, or at least in the transition anyway. Like maybe he's not, a guy at the end of this when everything's at its peak powers, but I think he's a good transitional piece for this team. They had to do something to surround the kids. Like we don't want all, it's like all kids all the time. You want kids to obviously get a chance to play, but you can't just give them the keys and hope everything works out. Edmonton showed us that.
Yeah.
Big time.
And then Wenberg's just Couture insurance. I'm like 100% convinced.
Yeah. So I think Wenberg, I don't know what to make of the Wenberg sign. That one didn't super thrill me, to be completely honest. I'm gonna withhold judgment until I see more games, but it didn't do anything to excite me. I wasn't like great. This is an amazing signing. I don't know if it's a bad signing per se, but it doesn't do anything to thrill me.
Valid. I'm just convinced that's Couture insurance.
And that makes a lot of sense, actually. Now that you say that, like that does kind of check, because I know Mike Greer talked about having them basically both. I think he said he wants Celebrini and Smith to both be playing their natural position, which is center. So if that's the plan, I still think you need a backup plan in case that doesn't work out. Because again, playing center in the NHL is hard. I think it's one of the hardest positions in the NHL to play, because not just because like there's like obviously faceoffs are a big deal, but I just think there's a lot more awareness that you have to have as a center playing in the NHL. It's a lot of responsibility defensively and offensively. So it's good to have options there if like maybe center's not working out and you have to shift someone to the wing for a while, right? Having a guy who can play center in the wings is a good thing for the Sharks to have. And if Couture can't go, then maybe it works out. I just think if Couture can go, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
There, like with Couture, I don't know. I don't know Logan Couture, so I don't know what his health is going to be like. He's had a lot of time off. So I'm hoping that he can come back and play.
They start him at the wing, and Wenberg takes the 3C. Have Couture because that's an easier position to get back into. I feel like after.
So I think it's like if it is insurance for like Couture not being there and having another option at center, I think I can kind of understand that, but I don't know. For me, jury's still out. I want to see what it looks like
that's valid.
when they start playing.
All right. Excellent. Outstanding. Moving onward to defensively, they did sign Sam Dickinson.
Falcons strike saying Shang Peng predicted that Macklin would go pro and he wants to.
He was so proud of that.
But like again, like way to go out on a limb, Shang. Like I don't know. Like I think Shang gets a lot of crap that maybe he doesn't deserve, but like I don't know, man. Like I guess if you want to take a victory lap over what seemed like I don't know. Again, like it would have been more surprising for him to not turn pro than turning pro. I don't know. Take a victory lap, I guess. I don't
know. Moving along, Sam Dickinson, some D help for $975,000. His 3-year ELC. Now, of course,
I mean, in 3 years, but
yeah, in 3 years, yes. But I mean, he can make the Sharks or he gets sent back to London. So,
and for everyone asking, he is not making the Sharks. People signed this contract and immediately were like, he's not NHL ready. He's not NHL ready. forgetting the fact that he can easily go back to juniors, and that's probably where he's going, is back to juniors, because he's not qualified for the AHL yet.
I think what people don't realize too is like, why do you want to sign these guys to contracts and stuff? Well, so you can bring in like, so the benefit to having Sam Dickinson under contract is, one, obviously you traded up to get him. You spent incredibly high draft capital to get him, right? He's what was the pick? 11th, right? Okay. But not only like this also like the when you have your prospect camp in the summer, like it's not it's an official thing, but it's not an official thing, which is why Celebrini could go without signing a contract before the thing happened. But like there's no NHL coaches and everything else, right? Like having a guy like him under contract allows for a lot of things. Now you can obviously, like, if the season's over and the Barracuda are somehow still playing after the London Knights, I have my doubts on that. I guess you could sign him to an ATO and just like let him play. But for a guy like, you want him to be around the team at any possible opportunity, right? So Sam Dickinson's going to come in. He's probably going to get a full NHL training camp.
Yeah,
because he's under contract, right? And you want that, because you want to be able to have him spend time with Ryan Warsofsky and his new assistant coaches, and to have things to go back to junior and work on and during his thing. And I think that's the thing that people don't immediately think of, is like the other is, it's not making the team this year. It's the experience of being around the team at any possible opportunity to do so. Now again, because he's playing for a what should still be a wagon in the London Knights, he's probably not going to be playing playoff games for the Barracuda if we are so fortunate for him, if the Barracuda are somehow still playing and the London Knights aren't. But it's having him around for training camp. It's getting that kind of stuff in, and that's why you sign guys like that early, even though he's probably 3 years from
that's what I was
an NHL
say.
player.
And also with defensemen, like, they take a longer time to milk, especially with a guy like Dickinson. Like, I know he has such a high floor compared to those other defensemen that were available, like not even available, but that were on like that draft board. The longer you let him milk, I think the higher his ceiling is going to be, and the more he's going to be able to reach it. So don't expect Dickinson to make his debut for, like Ian said, 3 years, and probably some time with the Cuda beforehand.
I mean, that's
get the super chat.
Yeah. 690 super chat from Like a Tiger. It's cute. You all color coordinated your outfits. You're going to match the LED show at SAP Center. Except for Ian, do not let him into.
So I mean, so I haven't had a chance to wear this yet. Puckguy sent this to me. It came after.
Did you get your Cooley tag?
Yeah, was it in the box? I think so.
Yeah.
So Puckguy sent this to me, and I'm like, well, this is, we're doing a show tonight. It's a perfect time to wear it. And then Puckguy put on his shirt, and then we made Jules put on hers. And
yeah, they didn't tell me.
It wasn't planned. Like, I just wore it, and then Puckguy realized I was wearing it, and he put his on, and then we made Jules. Pure pressure.
Okay.
Pure pressure works. If you take nothing else away from this podcast, take away that pure pressure works.
Yeah,
it does. Jules, I learned that in Vegas. Well, and the Discord.
Vegas.
Man, that's pure pressure me into them.
That's another show.
Boards has not re-signed yet.
Like a Tiger.
I also have.
Ian is actually terrorism offense in Canada.
No, I'm looking. I will say this about.
Hey, he's gonna get a shutout versus the Sharks.
Probably
like it.
No, and I'm happy he's gonna get an opportunity in Calgary, right? Because they brought him in as their third guy. I think Calgary. They traded Jacob Markstrom. They probably need insurance in case someone goes down, because they don't. Dustin Wolf's going to be full time in the NHL next year. I think having Cooley on the Wranglers is going to be good for them. The only issue I ever had with Devin Cooley was just that because I think, again, like, it was a great story, and I think Devin Cooley was what the Sharks needed at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought people got carried away about it, and like, oh my God, this guy's a part of the future. Like, he's, and like putting him in conversations with Celebrini and Smith. And obviously I know I got called a prick for it, but he's in Calgary now. So, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes this prick's right.
When the Canadians right, it's good.
Okay.
Again, I think it was a great story, and I think it was, again, it was a great story. I think it was exactly what the Sharks needed at the time, because they needed something to change the narrative around the team, which was, they were really bad, obviously, and we just wanted the season to end. But I don't want people to get twisted. I'm happy he's going to get another opportunity in Calgary, and there just wasn't any room here.
Yep.
No, there really wasn't, and to have him be the number 3, I mean, definitely helped. It helped his, his status move up a little bit from going from Rochester to San Jose, getting that victory, with the hat trick game for William Eklund, had that strong game against Seattle at the end of the season. It really helped things for him. So, so
yeah.
Anywho, moving onward. Let's keep going here. Ty Emberson avoids arbitration, gets his 1-year $950K deal for 30 games for the training camp waiver pickup from the Rangers. It's kind of a show me deal, I guess.
I like Ty Emberson. The Sharks blue line this year is
fascinating.
It's fascinating. It's still its biggest weakness, I think, at this point. When I look at the blue line here, I kind of figured he would be back. I think that the Sharks, for the most part, I feel like they made the right moves as far as they made some pretty good moves, right? I love the Jake Wallman bringing in him. I think that's going to help a lot, but I think there's still a lot of money left on this blue line that you can't really do anything about yet.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think this team's going to be that good next year. So it wasn't like you wanted to completely reshuffle the deck on the blue line. I don't think you had to blow it up or anything. I think some of these deals, you just kind of have to wait till they tick off the books. And I think we're 2 years away from that for the most part. I don't know. I like Ty Emberson. It is kind of a show me deal, though. I think he's going to have to take a step. He's going to have to be. The thing with him is he's going to have to be a guy who solidifies his spot on the blue line. And I don't know who. This blue line is weird because there's some good, there's some bad, and there's not a lot of room for movement. I don't know where. A lot of people are I hope to see Mukhamadullin get some regular NHL time. I don't know where the room is for that, though.
So where is it? So I have an idea, and I think that just involves benching Marc-Edouard Vlasic, because I don't know if Vlasic is a mainstay this year on the Sharks. The Sharks are at this point just trying to run out his contract as quickly as humanly possible, I think.
Yeah.
I think Mukhamadullin makes the team. I think the Sharks are kind of betting on their young defenseman to take the step forward. So I think it's Wallman, Emberson, Mukhamadullin, Benning, Thrun, Ferraro. That's what I think it's going to be, just because I think they're, I think Ruda, I'm shocked Ruda, I think Lacey even tweeted this at me. I'm shocked Ruda hasn't been traded. But I think there's still a trade coming here with one of the defensemen, because it's really clogged up right now, and you have Vlasic and Ruda on the bench.
Yeah, and see, I don't and it's easy to say that and be like, oh yeah, let's put Vlasic, but
they did it last year. That's all I'm saying.
For stretches, but they did it last year for stretches.
13 forwards, 8D. Oh God, Ricky.
I mean, that's kind of where you're going to have one extra forward, two extra defense on hand.
But we already have too many forwards.
Well, we're getting to that in a sec.
But how many games did Jan Ruda play? I feel like Jan Ruda played a lot of games last year.
He did, because they didn't have anyone else. And they didn't have Benning, who, not saying, I don't fucking know why Matt Benning's on this team, but
that's it, right? And it's and you can say, I feel like, again, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, well, let's play this guys, but I don't know, man. NHL coaches love the Matt Bennings of the world. I can never tell you why.
Jan Jan Ruda played 69 games last year, 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points, minus 21.
An elite goal scorer with Marc-Edouard Vlasic. I don't know. Like, that's what I would like to see, because I think Mook and Thrun already take the next step forward.
I just don't see the room.
Or do they rotate in? Do they
rotate, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that, they give a few games to Vlasic, then it's Mukhamadulin's time to shine.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see, right? Because obviously Warsofsky's taking over the bench this year, so it'll be interesting to see how he changes things up from the way David Quinn did things. So I mean, it could be. I mean, anything's possible. I've watched this game a long time, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I look at a guy like Henry Thrun, who
does he need to go through waivers?
No, and that's fuck.
I forgot Thrun doesn't need.
Right.
Well, the Cuda could be stacked.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, that's my concern, right? Is like, you look at a guy like Henry Thrun who doesn't have to clear waivers, and like, does he start the year on the Barracuda?
It's interesting. It's an option for the Cuda, and why don't we just get to this? San Jose has 16 forwards signed. Who's going where? I mean, you're gonna have four. You have 4 scratches going, and if there's 16 on hand, does Bordeleau return?
I'm not convinced. So here's something people have to remember: Bordeleau and Gushin are not Mike Grier draftees. Yep. They are Doug Wilson Jr.'s draftees. As we've seen from Mike Grier, he has basically torched the entirety of Doug Wilson Jr.'s draft picks. Torched them, flew them up, and flew them back to the moon, and they sailed back all the way to somewhere else. So, for everyone being like, Bordeleau doesn't have a spot, Gushin doesn't have a spot, maybe I don't see Bordeleau making this team personally. I don't have Gushin making this team personally. I think they both go back to the Cuda, and I think it's only a matter of time before they are literally traded. That's my opinion, because again, I've seen Grier just basically torch anything Doug Wilson Jr. touched. So do not be surprised if Bordeleau and Gush
I don't know. See, here's the thing. Like, I think the one thing that you have to like keep in mind too, though, is like, and I understand like what you're saying. Like, obviously, like, players have been moved out, whatever.
I'm
but like, you have to
fit on this team.
Yeah, but you kind of like, you don't want to just like move everybody, right? Because like, you still want guys who can, who can come up in a jam and then not have to clear waivers to go back down, because injuries happen.
Yeah.
I think it would be really foolish it would be very foolish of Mike Grier to just toss guys away.
Yeah.
That just to, well, they're not my guys, but like, it'd be foolish, because I don't think like look at what happened with Wazzy Weisblatt. But look what happened with Ozzy Weisblatt, right? Like, I don't think, like, again, at the end of the day, is it going to be like a super detriment to the team? No, like, he took a swing, and the guy basically, they signed players, and this guy's like, well, I don't have a spot here, so I'm going to go home. I'm going to learn from other guys like Gavanke, who came in and was hoping that he would be able to get a spot. So he's like, okay, I was going to go back, but now I'm going to stick around and see what happens. Didn't get that spot, went over. And I think that I don't think you can just continue to throw away assets like that. Like, I'm just
asking, like, in the future, where does Bordeleau fit on this team with everyone Mike Grier has brought in?
I don't know. Like, again, like, I agree. Like, I don't think, but I still think you want guys that have proven they can play NHL minutes, which I think Bordeleau has. And I think Gushin should get the opportunity to do. Right. That can come in, play. They've already, they've been proven they can play NHL minutes, come in and play, and then be able to go back down to the Barracuda without clearing waivers.
But is the player okay with that?
It doesn't matter.
I'm not convinced Bordeleau and Gush, when they get that sent down to the minors this year, are not going to want to request a trade. Like, that's my concern. So that's just another thing to point out. Like, I don't, someone has to tell me where Bordeleau fits in this team for the future. Why not? I don't know. But yeah.
But I just think they shouldn't just like.
I'm not saying like torch them for nothing, but like
But it's more than just a Gushin and Bordelot issue. You also have to figure out the rest of this team. Where does Justin Bailey go? You also have Ty Delandria. You have Carl Gunderstrom, who they got in a trade with Kyle Burrows.
I'm shocked he got rid of Kyle Burrows.
Of course, as we call Mike Greer's favorite, Luke Cunnin. Re-upped here. I think
it's really easy. Like I think Grunstrom's will be an interesting one. But I think like a lot like some of this is really, really easy. Justin Bailey is a guy, again, signed to a 2-way contract. Why? Because he was a guy that could come up, play reliable NHL minutes, but but he's going to start the year on the Barracuda. Thomas Bordelot is going to start the year on the Barracuda. Colin Graff is going to start the year on the Barracuda. I don't know. I think a lot of this is pretty easy. Grunstrom is a little more of an interesting one to see what he does, but I think there's.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. I think again, I'm saying this again. The Cuda actually have a chance to be good this year. With the amount of talent they're gonna get sent down with Bordelot, Gushin, Bailey, Prime, the center they signed, Porowski, like with probably Thrun and Mukamadulin trending to be also might be sent down. Like they might be good. Like John McCarthy, if you're listening to this, if you can't make this team good, I'm literally gonna find you anyway.
All right, we're at threatening coaches of the portion of the program. Terrific.
Also, Ricky, I have seen the insane amount of right wingers on the Cuda. When I was doing my Cuda lineup that you can check out on my Twitter. But sorry, X. But they have so many right wingers, so many, too many.
So, like a Tiger also saying, Greer needs to learn not to do what Rob Blake did and give up on emerging talent way too early. Rob Blake has traded some absolute
Brock Faber,
gone on to do.
Yeah, better. And I'm not saying we should like immediately trade Gushin and Bordelot. I'm just saying that if they feel like, from a player's perspective, don't be surprised if they request a trade if they get sent back down to the minors. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. So we have that going on there. Now let's get into kind of not necessarily the roster of sorts. We'll call it in case you missed it. San Jose, the city, and the Sharks are talking about a new arena management deal. Of course, they signed that long-term lease deal that had 10 years and then goes year to year, I think, starting after next season. I know the Sharks and the city are quietly negotiating on that. So that's nice to see that they're trying to make sure that San Jose keeps the Sharks in for a long time, even though, in my opinion, they've kind of just brushed them aside and go, oh, Google, hi, Google. And just like, oh yeah, you can rip through the main parking lot of the Shark Tank. Sure, no problem. So we'll see how that goes. I know Jonathan Becker has some things to say about that. We'll get in touch with him once a lot of this gets situated.
I just don't see like who else would they get to, like, I just feel like, again, foregone conclusions. And again, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know the local politics, but my understanding is the Sharks have always managed the building. Mm-hmm. The city owns it. I understand that, but the Sharks have always managed it. Like, who else is going to who else uses the building?
Right. The city owns it. The Sharks management, it's been since day one. So there'll be,
like, I feel
it should be a no-brainer, be honest.
I don't know the local politics. I don't care. I just feel like if they've managed the arena to this point, it's not like they're sharing the arena with any other major tenant that would make more sense to manage the arena. It doesn't make sense to me.
Right. And the other thing too with this is that, they're constantly making improvements to the arena. We've seen them, put in a new ice plant. They've put in the lounge, the penthouse lounge up top. They've done a number of things. The escalators, they're doing something. Becker was teasing it about a few weeks ago, but they're always doing something. So they're obviously they're happy with what they have right now, but maybe down the road, maybe they start thinking, okay, we've put a lot into this, and they've been paying it for their own. It's not like they've gone to the city and be like, hey, do you mind giving us some money? They've been privately doing it. So
yeah,
that'll be an interesting one down the road, how that new arena management deal does come out, and see what happens, especially considering what's supposed to be around the arena once those year-to-year deals expire. So that'll be interesting to see on there. Getting back onto the ice, we see Joakim Ryan now back with the Canes after 3 years in Sweden, which is kind of surprising. Former Sharks forward Andrew Desjardins, most notably remembered for wearing the number 69 with the team.
Nice.
Right on cue. I love it, both of you. Also won the Stanley Cup with the Blackhawks in 2015. It was named one of the assistant coaches for the Sudbury Wolves.
He'll be coaching Musty this year.
Yeah, I like it. Again, I always have a ton of respect for the guys that want to get in and go, and they go and they put the work in, and they don't. I think some guys, because of who they are, they get put into opportunities to do things in the NHL without really paying any dues to get there. I have a ton of respect for the guy who's going to go down to and coach some junior hockey and be on the bus nonstop, because it's absolutely a bus league in the OHL, and some of those road trips are long and on snow-covered highways, and it's not a whole lot of fun, I'd imagine. So I always, I have tons of respect for guys who go and cut their teeth in junior hockey and then work their way up.
Yeah. So good luck to him. I think Andrei Barakowski was also the other assistant that's going to be part of the Sudbury Wolves. I said that to myself many times to make sure I didn't say Blueberry Bulldogs, for all you guys who watch Shoresy out there. So let's see. Speaking of former Sharks that wore some orange in their uniform, Ryane Clowe named assistant general manager.
I was not expecting that. I thought he was going to be there for development, not an AGM.
So it's gotta like seeing Chloe back in there. We we'll give a credit to Curtis Pashelka for catching that in the little sweet area of Sharks ice the other day when development camp was going on. What do you guys think of Chloe back? I know he was dipping his feet into coaching. He was the original coach of the Newfoundland Growlers when they first came into the ECHL. Was with the Rangers organization, and it sounds like Mike Greer kind of, nudge, nudge, wink, wink as the future considerations for Barclay Goodrow to get Chloe here.
Yeah, I mean, so again, I always get my backup whenever it's like, oh, this former Shark's coming home, baby, because I just think it's you don't want I want people here, but here's the difference here, right? It's not like, again, it always dragged me. It's like, oh my God, it's Patrick Marleau, make him the coach right fucking now. Those fans drive me fucking crazy. But again, Ryane Clowe, like you've laid out, is a guy who went and coached in the ECHL, did some stuff in Rangers management. I think it's, again, if you going out and doing other things and then coming back, I have less of a problem with. What I do not like, and I think is a problem in San Jose, is there's just too many former guys that are just given these cushy jobs because I played hockey with Mike Greer one time, for a season, and it happens on all teams. It's not like San Jose is a team where this is a problem to San Jose itself.
Ask Edmonton about that.
Ask Kyle Dubas.
Right. It's not a San Jose problem. I just like it when it's players that have gone out and done other things and then come back, and I think that's fine. I've always liked Ryane Clowe, but I hate how some of these teams are, like Rob says, it's the boys club. Oh well, I'm gonna bring my boy in and make sure they have jobs and stuff, right? That kind of bothers me. I think that, and I think in San Jose, I think it's look at I will die on this fucking hill, but
I'd rather
I think there's a certain former goalie who I love, who was running goaltending on this team alone for a long time, and had nothing to show for it. And I think Mike Greer came in and he brought in other guys like
Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller, thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Ryan Smith. And I'm like, no, that's
Ryan Smith too. He's there. I'm joking.
Yeah. Like Ryan Miller and other guys that they brought in, and now we're starting to see kind of goaltending stop spinning its wheels in San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So again, but yes, the director of vibes is 100% critical.
I will say I do have a theory about Clowe. I think he might be there to replace Joe Will here in the coming years. Just because whenever the media asked him about what he does, a lot of it was work with the Cuda, it sounded like, and like the day-to-day stuff.
Joe Will off.
So like, I have no sources. I am the least sourceful person here. What I'm saying is that don't be surprised if in like a year or two, Ryane Clowe's the new GM of the Cuda and Joe Will's like shot to the sun, or retired or whatever that guy wants to do. Peace out. But like, don't be shocked if that's gonna happen.
Yeah. And look at and I think Vincent also like is bringing up a good point. Like he agrees, but at the same time, I appreciate people who give a shit about the club. And it's crucial because the team is rebuilding, so it's easy to get jaded. And look at 100%, right? Like obviously you want people that want to be here. I just want qualified people to be here, right? I just want people like, I want that, but I also want them to be good at their jobs. And I think that there's been some people who I severely question how good they've been at their job, but I love them as a player.
But Jumbo, director of vibes, we 100%.
Yes.
Can you not love Jumbo? He was at development camp with his little beanie and, living.
Oh yeah, I love the beanies, but
beanies, yeah. No, we're in full support here of the director of vibes.
Yes.
I don't even know what he like. He's not even under? He's just
Greer because Greer got asked the question. He just said he's Jumbo, and then someone I think it was Locked On was like
he's not even like under the like he's not even getting paid. Like that's what I love. Like again, I don't know, man. How can you not love Joe Thornton?
It's nice to see, but it's like hey, if they're taking free coaching, why not from one of the best passers in the game.
Yeah, he was dishing to Celebrini during Dev Camp. And
right.
Smith, who both are Sharks, by the way. Isn't that exciting?
Like, I think, again, right? Like, I think that, like, you want guys that are around, obviously, that have something to offer. I just want people like, I think it's a difficult thing. So I just think sometimes people get jobs because of who they are, maybe not what they bring. That's all. I think look at is that not common in any other workforce? No, of course it is. Nepotism is fucking everywhere.
Right. Of course.
But it doesn't mean you have to like it, I guess. I don't know.
Vincent's also asking, do you guys think the Sharks have one of their better club cultures in the NHL? Feels like if you're part of the organization, you'll always be part of the family.
I feel like it's building back up. Like I think it definitely took a dip down there for like 2 years, but I think they're starting to build it back up. But that culture also comes from winning.
This is a tough one for me because, like, at the same, like it seems like it's good, but at the same time, like we had to hear for 2 seasons how we had to fix the culture of the team.
Yeah, and that's why I said it was down for like 2 seasons, but. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely down for 2 seasons and they had to fix the culture, but I think right now it's like slowly building back up.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And you in Delandria's meeting with the press, he talked about how Joe Pavelski, kind of gave him a good vote of confidence about San Jose and everything, about who he knows and what they can do and what they bring to the table. So even though he's been without the team for 5 years, it's nice to see that Pavs is kind of helping out, which leads me to the question: Pavs is signing this week, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We're okay. So
no, I'm joking.
Ian, I'm kidding. I'm not starting.
We're joking.
Well, because I thought that was reported, right? Like,
no, that was a report,
and
that was a report that the Sharks.
I'm looking at this board group. I'm like, where the fuck is there room for Joe Pavelski? And I
On the third line with Wenberg and Couture.
Oh, Jesus.
I love Joe Pavelski. Like Joe
you?
Pavelski is one of my favorite. No, I do. He's one of my favorite
No, I'm
players to ever
joking,
play
keep going.
for this team. And I know that people think I hate him. I don't hate him. I just think that I just hate I hate the legend of Joe Pavelski. I hate the idea that the Sharks were a house of cards built on Joe Pavelski's back, and once he was gone, the whole thing fell down. Like,
I'm while you're saying that, and I agree with you.
Just imagining.
There's the legend.
I'm picturing
of
AJ
Pavel.
screaming at the screen.
probably is, and that's fine. He can scream,
but also at the same time, I see Jules moving, and the teal dots on her shirt are working with her green screen right now.
Yeah,
like you can see the Shark logo through her.
Anyways, so Ian, I'm joking. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
So to be fair, Ian did give Joe Pavelski a 8-year, $9 million contract. In
Chell, yes.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, he had to join. Who was it? The Oilers?
Yeah. And they traded him for some reason. I don't know. We're just having fun. No, like again. So like, you know, and I'm sure AJ's gonna scream over there. It's fine. Like again, we don't have to agree on everything.
Okay. Anyways, let's do some Cuda chomps really quick. So they did get 3 players. Jimmy Schultz, 100,000, 2 years of.
We are now the Cuda Firebirds. I just want to point that out.
That was great by the Cuda social team. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Eagles, yes. And a 2-year 2-way deal for Andrew. Okay, let me try to get here. Andrew Petralski. I think
Lacey, you may yell at us now.
Yes.
Anyways,
yes.
Keep going.
But Petralski has made the last 4 Calder Cup finals that were played. So there weren't any in 2020 or 2021, but this guy played back-to-back for Coachella Valley.
Space right now.
So
no, it's good.
Ian's face in that moment when you said that was priceless.
I am as big a critic of the Barracuda as anybody, and again, it's never out of malice. I just want this team to be fucking good, right?
You just want one of the teams to be.
I just want one of the teams that I cover to be fucking good.
You want to cover the Thunder this year? We can cover Wichita.
Oh my God. So like again, I one of the criticisms I have is that they don't go out and get good veteran players, and I think that I'm not saying that like Joe Will is like, man, Ian, I need to get this Ian guy off my fucking back.
You don't know that. I mean, you are friends with Gary Bettman, so
it's true. The game's never been better.
The game's never been better.
Never been better. I will tell you why they won't put another team in Canada. I'll tell you the team's never been better. The things that I will tell you. No, but look at back on point. No, I look at these are really good pickups for the Barracuda. I think that the Barracuda need again, I think AHL teams, like, it's nice to have some prospects there, and obviously I don't think this is going to be a great year for guys making the jump. I think you're going to get Cagnoni, maybe
Holtman. Maybe
you're going to get Holtman, maybe, and you're going to get a full season of Beasted. They're all no
Beasted's there. Beasted's
already there.
Yeah,
you get Jack Thompson.
Yeah, so I think you're going to get some full seasons, right? I think you're going to get.
I wish we had David
Edstrom play Sear wing. I feel like he played wing mostly, but
Cardwell.
Yeah,
Cardwell's playing wing. Because so mind you, the Cuda depth right now for center is Podorowski, Bordeleau, as how I think it's going to shake out. Podorowski, Bordeleau, Beasted, Robbins. Like, they have a ton of centers down the middle already down there. So Cardwell's probably playing either first line or third, second line.
Yeah. But so you're gonna get a season out of Ethan Cardwell. I think if you look at going back to Ozzy Weisblatt, I mean, Ethan Cardwell is the reason that Ozzy Weisblatt's no longer a Shark.
Yeah.
Like I 100% believe that, and I love Weisblatt, but I hope he does well. But Ethan Cardwell made him redundant, and Ethan Cardwell was already further along than Ozzy Weisblatt was. So I look at this team, and I'm a little bit excited about, because I think they've gone out. I think they've brought in some good players that I think can really help this Barracuda team not be complete fucking ass. Which is nice, because again, look at 7 teams in the Pacific Division make the playoffs. If you're not one of them, what the fuck are you doing?
I read
so it's not expanded. It's basically they're just keeping the same format now until the end of the current collective bargaining agreement for the AHL Players Association. So I give Joe Will a ton of fucking grief on this podcast, but so far I like the offseason for the Barracuda, and I'm cautiously optimistic that they're going to be a decent team. Look, I think there's going to be some interesting things happening in the Pacific Division. Obviously, I think you've seen a lot of those Coachella players kind of get spread out. So I don't think Coachella is going to be the wagon they've been. They lost.
Oland is finally out of the division.
I think that Shane Wright's going to play regular NHL games. The Calgary Wranglers aren't going to have Dustin Wolf this year, so I think there's definitely room for the Barracuda to come up the standings. I don't think they're going to be like, I still look at this team and I don't think that this is like, I'm not saying, oh man, let's get the Calder Cup shined up for the Barracuda, but I think that they should be in the mix this year.
They should make the playoffs. I think
they should make the playoffs. But again,
if you look at this Cuda roster, I don't think it's been this deep since Mike Greer took over, in my opinion. Like, I don't think they've signed the guys they've signed, and they've had the defense feels a little better coming into this year than it did any of the last 2 years. And
you look at the players that are going to be on the bubble for the Sharks that are probably going to the Barracuda. Like this should be a good team. This should be an exciting team. I'm looking forward to covering this team, which is something I haven't said about the Barracuda in a couple of years.
J-Mac is just the one who can ruin this, in my opinion.
Last year I was like, this is going to be bad. But again,
did it feel bad.
Last year was so bad. Like,
last year was
the Sharks were bad, the Barracuda were bad. Like, there was a lot of hockey watching. I would watch hockey regardless, but
why are you guys so tiny on the screen?
It's just the way that this lays it out. The problem is, so when we use some behind the scenes, here's how this goes. Derailing the show. So obviously last year, we were using, like, if I was streaming a show, or if we would use OBS, which gave us all kinds of issues. So one thing that we did earlier this off season was try to figure out a better solution for streaming from Windows, because Ecamm is a Mac only software. So we basically started using StreamYard. The benefit of StreamYard also is that Ecamm also gets kind of bitchy when we have more than 2 people on. So it makes it not possible for us to do different things. We're kind of playing with the layout here. To try and make it work. But basically,
I might create one right now. Let's see.
There we go.
I can't.
No, it's fine.
Go for it. Why not?
You guys go. You guys speak. I'll just have you on.
What I like about this layout here is that we can just continuously. I think we can have like 10 people on if we really wanted to. We don't want to do that, obviously. But it's basically, we're trying to figure out how to lay out the dynamic camera so that we can have people jump on if AJ wanted to come on and yell at me because I besmirched the good name of Joe Pavelski. He could do it. It's a different layout. There we go. See,
we're bigger now.
Puckguy made us bigger. But the problem is now that Puckguy's made us bigger, is now we're gonna cover Jules up.
That's fine. People don't need to see me.
So so we're trying to find the drawback to it's not as customizable as Ecamm. So we're trying to find a way to make it so that we can have YouTube comments and not cover poor Jules up because she happens to be at the bottom of the screen for this show.
That just means I have to hit another button. I'll just go like that and then that.
Yeah.
Boom.
We're fancy.
We're playing around.
Well, it's something. This is kind of what we like to do in the off season. Kind of,
mess around,
experiment with how we can improve things down the road. At time. That's where we have fun when talking about hockey. And then play around with layouts, play around with graphics,
play around on Discord.
But I feel like so far the main reason was though is like OBS, like from my perspective anyway, like we've had shows where like I had Nick Nolenberger on, then we'd have like a tech issue and I'd lose like we'd lose like the first 3 minutes of a really good answer. And I don't want to answer like, oh, sorry, Nick, I fucked up. Can you please answer that question again?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So we wanted something to obviously when doing broadcast, especially with more people, just giving more options, obviously. And we obviously want to give you a consistent quality, which we felt we couldn't give you before, right? And I know AJ would make comments on air about it, which I never appreciated, but I understood where he was coming from. I can make this show work, and you guys fucking suck. And so this is the solution.
So we're trying to make things, look good and be presentable down the road.
We just want to make sure that you have like a consistent experience, regardless of who's hosting the show.
Exactly. And like Felix says, by the way, if you haven't already, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe button, ring that bell. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it, Felix.
I can't fix AOL. AOL gotta fix AOL.
No, it can't. But it is what it is. What can fix AOL is if I get a new MacBook, which ain't gonna happen right now. So, finishing up on let's see, some of the Cuda news. Jacob Peterson is off to Rogel, BK of the SHL.
Yeah, he didn't. So I'm not surprised there. He didn't get a qualifying offer. So I wonder if it was a situation where he said, like, I'm going back and you can't stop me. Because the Sharks didn't qualify him either. So I like Jacob Peterson. I think injuries were probably an issue last year. I didn't think he had a great season last year. After the season prior, I had high hopes for Jacob Peterson. But now I think, like, when you look at all the guys in the roster, and I think he, injuries definitely played a factor, but I didn't think he had a great year last year. After I was kind of excited to see what kind of year he had and if he was going to fight for a spot on the Sharks. And I don't think he was even that great on the Barracuda. And again, injuries, but disappointing. But again, I think a situation where there was no home for him. And the Sharks didn't qualify him. And again, I just wonder if he told the Sharks, like, hey, you can give me a qualifying offer, but I'm not playing in North America this season.
Fair enough. And so all the best to him. I know there have been a number of Cuda having exodus out. Seems like the last couple of seasons, but wish them all the best. All right, so let's get to our swimming with the socials. In there, I found this about a week or so ago. A great Anaheim Ducks fan and hockey influencer, Sweet Annie OD, on practically everything online. California is by far the best looking state. Soon it'll be the Death Belt it once was. Referring to what the Sharks have already done a couple of years in. LA's going all black and Anaheim is going all orange. So one of the things I replied to her with that is, we could totally have like a California, cup of sorts. I know Fear the Fin had it like years ago where they kind of try to build up the rivalry between the three teams and through their sites. But not just that, but Kings wear all black, Sharks wear all teal, Ducks now will be wearing all orange.
The orange pants are criminal and they should be locked up.
Which begs the question, though, which has happened with the Ducks and the Canes a few years ago. I think they went color versus color. Would you love to see a color rush matchup with all the teams in California? Something unique that would be unique to California.
Why not?
I think the NHL should play color versus color. Like, I understand there's tradition and everything else, but like, I wish that we did get more color versus color matchups. I just like, why not, man? Like, especially when the colors are so different. Like, obviously, okay, right. Like if like, I don't know who else wears black. Like the Golden Knights are playing the Kings. Like maybe they can't both wear black, right? Like
the Golden Knights wear gold.
That's true, they do.
Like
wait, hang on 1 second.
Is it their alternate? Their alternates are black, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like that graphite, but they could totally wear their golden chrome helmets with their golden pants, I think you can get around with their graphite or charcoal pants, and then they have the gold socks.
Chrome needs to be launched. Like the chrome helmets need to be launched into the sun.
Yeah, no, the doom buckets, I call them, launched into the sun. Also, I'm going to say this again until an NHL team listens to me. Someone fucking use purple.
Thank you.
Like Felix said, whispers of bring back the eggplant. I agree. Bring back the eggplant. That's going to get clipped. But
I like, you know what? Okay. I do like the eggplant sweaters, but I like those duck sweaters. And I've always liked their orange. Like I thought the Ducks, I hated that. Like, I'm glad the Ducks changed their sweaters. But I really like their orange alternates. I've always been a fan.
Yeah,
I know I'm in the minority there. I don't like the orange pants for the Ducks, but like obviously, like you can't have like the Canes and Red Wings. That's a better
way
better thing. You can't have like the Canes and Red Wings both wearing their natural.
Just confuse the shit out of the players,
or you can't have like Tampa and Toronto both wear their blue sweaters. Like there's obviously situations
only in the
where
playoffs,
it doesn't work.
Right. And Avocado Flight, you bring up a good point, and that's where the disaster of the NFL color rush came in. Someone who's colorblind, it depends. It could be a disaster. Could have been cheering for the wrong goal.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think it was the Jets were in green and the Bills were in red. And I think they put a filter of the colorblind on there, and yeah, it would be an issue.
Sure. And you know what? I didn't think about that. And that's a great point. And I'm glad you brought that up. Like, obviously, I didn't put too much thought into it. I just think like when you have a situation like where teal and orange, right? Like where the Sharks are playing the Ducks, like I don't feel like color blindness would be an issue. That maybe it would be. And I'm sorry if it is. I don't know. But yeah, like I think in that situation, I think it would be cool. But yeah, obviously it's something that they would have to like the people that make the decisions would put far more thought into than I did, hopefully.
How dare you, Ian?
No, look, it's a good point. It's something
it's a really good point. It's a really good point. And I also forgot to consider it. But yeah, I think the California here soon is just gonna become the death rush again. Maybe not the Kings, but at least the Ducks and the Sharks.
See, I think the Kings will get there before, like because I think the Kings are kind of already there.
They're already there, but they're kind of I don't know.
The Ducks, I don't understand what they're like. The Ducks confuse me.
Hey, they got Bobby Ryan.
I don't know what the Ducks are doing.
What was it?
Like I feel like they've been trading. They were good. They've been trading John Gibson for 10 years now. It feels like.
Yeah, I don't think John. Well, apparently, who was it? Frank Saravalli was like, no one wants Gibson.
That's harsh, but I mean, also based on like the how long he's been in the rumors for trade and never has moved. I mean, this seems harsh, and maybe I wouldn't have put it like that, but yeah, I mean, someone wants him. I mean,
but I mean, that was a heck of a run.
God damn it!
Yeah, no, that was a heck of a run for California from like 2003 till Vegas arrived in 2017, where I think maybe like a couple of times, and not counting the years that the season got canceled, that a California team made the Western Conference Final. I want to see Anaheim.
Yeah, but I mean,
San Jose
Vegas
04.
coming in, like, yeah, I guess you could use that as a point. But I mean, these were all teams at the end of their windows too.
Oh, like, yeah, for sure.
Like, we can get mad at Vegas all we want, but
I'm not. I'm not even trying to blame Vegas. I'm just saying it was up until 2017 that either Anaheim or LA or San Jose were in there. So,
which press conference mentioned Game 7? Who was that?
How dare they?
Someone in their press conference mentioned Game 7, and I'm forgetting who.
Oh, I want to say it was. I want to say it was Ty Dellandrea.
Yeah, I think it was Ty.
Because he was hanging out with Barclay Goodrow.
Oh no, it was no, it wasn't.
Or was it Toffoli? No, Toffoli was, but he said good things about San Jose, but didn't mention Game 7.
Yeah. Anyways, Game 7. I said this live on air before. The Sharks need a swear jar where every time they mention Game 7, they have to like put in the money. Did somebody say Game 7? So, what happened that game? I'm joking. Anyways,
don't get me wrong. Like, I watched that game. Is still one of the that game is a great game. I just hate how it's jangling the keys in front of the keyboard.
Oh, I will say that was $140 for that nosebleed was well spent.
100%.
And it just happens to be one of the best hockey games I had been to in forever. So that was a freaking amazing.
But it might be in their contracts to mention Game 7.
I don't have my keys, unfortunately.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Really, Felix? Jeez. So, all right. I think that does it for
I
us.
haven't derailed the show yet.
We did that at the beginning of the show, Jules.
Here's what I want.
Oh no.
Here's what I want.
What?
You can thank me later, Puckguy.
This is what needs to happen. All right.
Go for it.
So this is obviously our attempt to obviously kind of do some content during the summer. I would like to continue doing content during the summer, but as you know, things to talk about dries up. So here's your mission, Teal Town, USA listener. What I need you to do, if you want this content to continue throughout the summer on a weekly basis, we need your help to do this. What I want you to do is I need you to go in the comment section of this YouTube video.
Be very mean.
And I want you to tell me what you want us to talk about, because eventually we will run out of things to talk about. If you want to talk about different, like even if it's like, hey, can you talk about this other team and what they've done this summer? We can do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want content to continue, you need to tell us what you want us to talk about, because eventually the well will run dry. And if there's nothing to talk about,
we will be ranking the oceans.
I could come on here and I could talk about snakes and how they shouldn't move because they don't have fucking legs. Or we can absolutely talk about the ocean, man.
I think we should do do you guys want to see a full episode on the ocean? Like, do you guys want my ocean power ranking?
Come on.
I mean, those are conversations that we can have in the Discord, right? If we want to talk about things that are hockey related so that we can continue doing content this summer, then please hit us up in the comments, hit me up on Twitter, whatever. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and we will talk about whatever you want us to talk about, because we want to do content. We don't want to be dark all summer like we were last summer. Last summer we were really burnt out, and I understand, and it was for the better of everyone's mental health that we kind of took a break.
Artem Guryev profile video, Ian.
Done.
Next Sunday, tune in for an Artem Guryev. Hey, I met Artem Guryev. He's very nice.
But look what else is being mentioned. Jules's mom appearance.
That's not going to happen.
That's going to happen.
She has COVID right now, so.
Well, not now. Not now.
Tiger, no. But
we should be remiss to not mentioning November 6th at Tech CU Arena will be the 24-25 rivalry series between U.S. women's national team and Canada. I'm really looking forward to this. I've been hoping that they would get over to San Jose in the very near future, and should be a great time, especially with two teams that
hate each other. So we'll be on the lookout for that. But also, Felix and I are looking to talk about the PWHL. So if that's something y'all are interested in, let us know.
Yes.
Because again, we don't want to be dark this.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I again, like, so if there's something that there's like a topic, any hockey related topic that you want us to cover, let us know, because that's what's going to keep these happening. Because like if the well runs dry and I don't know, I can't think of something to talk about, then we have nothing to talk about.
We can only ask so many times for line projections between now and September.
I think every week we should all come in with different line projections. I'm joking.
My God.
Just they have to be different, and you can't have
looking
the same
toward to the fourth
from
line.
line
Like, comment below.
Please save me from line projections and give me meaty topics.
Well, I will say I would love to have a prospect pyramid, though. Ian,
we can do a prospect pyramid.
We can do a prospect pyramid. Yeah,
Mark, Ian, and I.
Yeah,
we can do that. The prospects are very good this year. Ian, what were your thoughts on the prospect scrimmage? Because we never got your thoughts on that.
I mean, it's fine, right? I think the thing with the prospect scrimmage, the takeaway from the prospect scrimmage is you really shouldn't take anything away from the prospect scrimmage. That's the reality of it. That is the reality of it. I think that the prospect scrimmage is a situation where it's not real hockey.
But Quentin Musty is good.
Quentin Musty's so good. Like, I mean, it's exciting, it's fun, but I think that you remember that it's not real hockey. It's peer on peer. Showing good in a prospect scrimmage doesn't necessarily mean that you are, an NHLer that's not getting the opportunity. I did put a thread on it on Twitter about it from when I caught up to it.
Pole Camp is a stud.
Fun. Like I thought that Celebrini was super fun in that game. I thought he took over the game at the end. I also think though that the other team kind of started really took their foot off the gas a little bit, and some of the lines they put out against Celebrini were questionable. But I don't know. I thought it was really good. Obviously, I think Will Smith. I'm excited to see Will Smith in training camp. I thought that I watched mostly the forwards. I think the thing is a lot of people start asking me about defense when I'm like, I didn't really pay attention to defense because no defense is actually being played.
How about the goalies?
Okay, so no, actually, I'm glad you brought up the goalies.
There's a reason.
Because I thought that Magnus Corona looked really, really good, and I think that he was really good, and I think that he showed that he's obviously the furthest Sharks goaltender. But the Swiss guy, Kirch. Yeah, Kirch. I really liked his game. I know he got lit up at the end. But again, no defense is being played. But I really liked, I think when you're looking at the goalies in these things, you want to look at how they're playing, not necessarily the end result. And I really like Kirch's, I liked the way he played his calm game. I thought positionally, I thought he was really good. Obviously got opened up a little bit going left to right, which will happen in a 3-on-3 nonsense game. When you force a goalie to go left and right really often, he's again, and in that situation, I think he obviously has some things to work on, but I think I really like the way the calmness of his game, the way he played. I really liked what I saw. Georgi Romanov didn't look good at all. He didn't look
good last year either.
Right. Then, again, right? He didn't look good last year, and then the game started, and we're like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. This guy is awesome. So again, I think that again, it's the thing that you should take away from these things is nothing.
David Edstrom looked good. I liked David Edstrom.
Yeah, again, I'm really upset that David Edstrom's going back to Sweden. Because again, because selfishly, I just want the Barracuda to be fucking good. And I thought he showed well. There was definitely guys who showed really well, and
also the Cuda is gonna have Colin Graff. How do we not mention him? Jesus Christ.
I did say earlier that he was going to be on the Barracuda.
Okay, then I'm so sorry. I completely
no, it's fine.
Disobeyed that. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought that it was fun, but I would just caution people into taking too big of takeaways away from it, because again, it's not real hockey. It's peer on peer. No one's really hitting because no one wants to get hurt before the summer. Just
no.
Ian,
Eric Camp is going to win the Norris.
He might. He again. Really good game. Does that mean that, if he's not on the NHL squad, that Mike Greer's an idiot? Probably also no.
No, he's going back to Denver. He's going to Denver, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, Puckguy's I want to not be on here anymore.
Well, let's see. Can I do that on here? Yeah. Oh, no, that won't work.
What are you doing?
Oh, that won't work. Okay, that's ugly. That's not going to work. Okay. That's ugly?
Well, no, because you had it slimmed down, so it looked like.
All right.
17 defensemen between the AHL and the NHL.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Sharks are done though. I think that there's still things that are going to happen. I just think that there's going to be minor things, and things are again. I think things are still going to happen this summer. I don't think Mike Greer is done. I just don't think that it's going to be. I don't think that there's going to be enough happening to provide us with I don't know. We did a 45-minute show about Alex Stalock coming back to the San Jose Sharks, so maybe we could. I'm
just saying, Vegas is nearly 4 million, or at least 3.5 over the cap. Mm-hmm. Washington's 14 million over the cap. Let's play the waiting game. We might be able to acquire Alexander Ovechkin for future considerations at this point.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Tiger, you want a scoring winger for Macklin? There you go. Alexander Ovechkin, future Shark. You heard it here, folks. Oh yeah, no, and I did hear that Pole Camp might be paired with Bouillon.
I mean that's gonna be fascinating, right?
I'm really hoping to do less of like when the Sharks get like demolished, like 18-1, that I don't have to pray that like Luca Cagnoni and like Quentin Musty are scoring a hat trick every night. That's my ask, Sharks. Yes. Oh yeah, bye Cap Friendly. Hello, Caps friendly.
Yes, and of course, welcome Puckpedia. I know you follow us as well. Appreciate you. I think there was another one that came out.
Yeah, Cap Wages, which looks a lot more like Cap Friendly, so it's kind of been my go-to now. I don't know, God damn it, Cap Friendly.
Ian, hatred for Puckpedia has continued.
I feel bad because
sued by Puckpedia.
No, it sucks, right? Because like they, I don't really care if anyone acknowledges us.
Hey,
but they did, and I should be more friendly, but I hate the way that site's laid out. I hate it, man. Like, and I understand you don't want to come in and just like carbon copy Cap Friendly, but like I hate the way, like I hate that I have to click around to find things on Puckpedia. I appreciate that they acknowledge us as a source for Sharks information, but
yeah, no, greatly appreciate
I wish that they're I hate the way it's laid out, man.
So Puckpedia, I apologize. Anyway.
Yeah, I apologize because I mean.
And on that note,
you should join the Discord, everyone. By the way, last thing,
100%.
You should join the Discord, and I tell you this because as you see, Puckguy's already itching to go to the Discord.
I am totally. So that we won't say anything bad.
You can watch me destroy teams on NHL 24.
Oh yeah, that's continuing tonight. For Ian doesn't know about that, but I think
apparently it's continuing. All right.
See, look who's. Oh, all right.
Anyways, I should stop derailing this. Anyways, join the Discord. Message Jerk for the information on Twitter. You can find him at Hockey Jerk.
Yeah, hockey_jerk for that matter.
Thank you. The underscore.
Yes. In case you missed anything or you want to see this again, oh lordy, check us out on tealtownusa.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Of course, if you're watching us on the YouTube, as we mentioned before, like, comment, subscribe.
Comments. What do you want us to talk about? Because we want to talk about things. We want to do content. We just want to do content that you actually want to watch.
Yes. And for that matter, I know there's been requests for jersey math. I got to get with my guy who actually has a legit Jeopardy setup, which would be fun. So we'll do that hopefully down the road too.
There'd be no math. I'm not.
Oh, it is.
We're doing jersey math. We're doing jersey math.
Jules is beyond excited for this.
I'm not. I'm hoping it lands on a day I have a show. In full honesty, but we'll bully Ian into doing it with AJ.
Absolutely not. I was told there'd be no math.
Oh, jeez. I'm dare to say final thoughts from you two, but
Ian, you want to go?
Final thoughts. Give us content. Let us do content.
When Ian and I don't derail a show, it's good. Ian, thoughts on the ocean?
The ocean's scary.
If you join the Discord, you can take Jules out to lunch. No,
that is not true.
That's not true.
That is not true. Let me clarify.
No.
But
I don't know.
We only get our number.
Well, we're gonna do something. We'll see.
No one's getting my number.
We'll try and get other people involved too. Like I don't want to get other people involved. I hate math. Puckpedia. Yeah, that's final thoughts. I don't hate Puckpedia. I just don't like the way it's laid out. Like, I just think that I just would rather a better alternative. Again, I'm not mad at Cap Friendly. I said before, like Cap Friendly, like those guys got paid, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take care of your family and do what's best for you. Right. I will never begrudge people for taking care of them and theirs. It just sucks from a fan perspective, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
When the show derails, it's absolutely better.
It is absolutely better when the show derails. Puckguy's facial expressions when the show derails are so lovely. Hee. It's okay. Puckguy got me lost in Vegas, so we went up like a random alley.
Oh my god!
You went in a random alleyway in Vegas. What are you doing? This is why they have the strip where all the people are. You can
he took me not to the fucking strip. It was off the strip to some parking lot. Also, hopefully the lady and that child are safe. My hand is just blue. But Puckguy, you want to explain?
Yeah, I need to know why you put Jules in danger.
God. Okay. If we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here. All right. So this is after, mind you. Okay, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this complete. So
Okay.
Amanda and I land the night before at around midnight, where it's 99 degrees outside.
Very nice.
Jules was excited to see us and everything. We're like, let's go to the Taco Bell Cantina. We magically run into Kevin Lacey.
Is it like the Star Wars cantina? Is like those are like
Oh,
bad people at the Taco Bell cantina?
They had a live
fun.
DJ.
They had a live
Did you
DJ.
shoot first or did they?
Well, there was a line to get in for that matter. I mean, you could get married over there if you really wanted to. And Jules was trying to get me and Amanda to get married right then and there.
Listen.
But first,
it was
I needed a Mexican pizza. All right,
and I could have been like Amanda's best. What is it like? Bridesmaid,
maid of honor?
And then maid of honor, and then Lacey could have been your best man.
Right.
We could have called up Jerk. I'm sure he would have come down and supported you. We could have FaceTimed Ian. It would have been great.
At 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure you would have loved that, Ian.
5, 6 o'clock in the morning, my time. Yeah.
Yes. It was 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, continue the story. Also, here's the Vegas portion.
So yeah, this is the Vegas portion. Okay. So Jules is wanting to have one of these slushies because she's trying to bully me into getting hammered in Vegas. Okay. So she gets like one of those large slushies that you do.
I have a photo of it.
You
have photos of it.
You really want me to put the photos up? All right.
Well, no, I will pick the photos, but you keep talking.
No, I will get them going here.
What have I done?
Trust me. There are pictures that can be shared. Well, maybe not. It's not like the NHL credentials.
I am 21 and I am legal, so just wanted to clarify that. Anyways, keep going, Puckguy.
So we go in and she wants
Jules on Twitter.
Oh my God.
Underscore. Respect the underscore.
Yeah, respect the underscore.
Anyways, so we end up at this Taco Bell. Lacey, Amanda, and I and Puckguy are all living our best life. Puckguy's refusing to get married. Pastor
How dare he not want to just like get married on the spot?
Well, yeah, no, how dare he? To be fair, I wanted to go get ordained so I could ordain their wedding.
Yeah, and that didn't happen.
I was busy. I have shit to do.
I was busy.
No, she is legal, boys and girls. Oh my God. People in this podcast need to stop trying to set me up, and who
you're the one that said that I'm 21 and legal, by the way.
Because Puckguy's about to show me with alcohol. I had to clarify for the audience.
I understand now. Okay, I understand. Okay.
Do you want to explain that morning, Puckguy, how you got me?
Well, we're getting there, but let me get the pictures up first, that way.
Ian, how are you enjoying this story time?
It's fine.
Story time with Jules and Puckguy. Exclusive. You won't get this on Locked On. That's for sure. Oh my God.
No, so this is kind of how the Discord is, by the way.
Kind of.
Like, I mean, it's more inappropriate, but like.
Yeah.
By the power of vodka and
Amanda, if you're watching, I mean that. All right. So here we go. There's Jules. She just hit a bunch of buttons, and she paid $67 for that damn thing.
How much did you pay for that?
$67.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Because Jules wanted to get me hammered.
It was good. Except at the end, it was like just well. Here's the thing: vodka was delicious, but then at the end, it was just kind of blue raspberry syrup, and that was too sweet. But
so we had that going on, and meanwhile, we also had the blue ras because you had to, because I had to.
All of our tongues were blue.
Yes.
I think there's a photo of all of our tongues, but I'm not going to show that.
It's uploading.
Oh my God.
And there's us. Now, mind you, a lot of us had the non-alcoholic ones too, because Jules wanted one, get me hammered, and two, she wanted to get schnockered in Vegas. So
I did not want to get schnockered in Vegas. I had an audition the next day.
The California Cruising. Did Jules really spend $70
Dude,
at
no,
Taco?
listen,
Yes,
there
she
was
did.
food involved in that, but the premium vodka, mind you, I got 2 shots, and that shit was kind of what screwed me over.
All right, continue. I have to put this dog outside because he's
Okay.
getting mad at me. He's looking at me. He might bring me a snake again. I'm not having that, so we got to put him outside quickly.
So if Ian doesn't return, we know. Okay, so now that Ian's gone, Puckguy.
Oh my God. Yeah, so that was a fun time, I gotta say, and so we get back to the shared condo that we'll call it a condo, right?
I don't know what the fuck. I think it was a condo. I don't know.
So we get to our shared condo at 3:00 in the morning.
It
Mind
was
you,
late.
It was
It was
late,
really
and,
late.
and to the testament of us at what was it, 8:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We do that little Instagram hit that I posted all over the place, and I'm literally following the directions that Google had told me to.
So you're following the exact directions Google told you to.
Yes.
Okay.
And I showed you this many times, so don't you be. I didn't know. Puckguy was trying to get me in an alley. No, it wasn't like that. Don't twist the truth there, Jules, young lady. Oh my God, I love how Ian's got snacks for this now.
Mm-hmm.
And is it not going to show because? Oh wait, it can. Yeah, there
What
we
are
go.
you showing?
Oh, so.
I don't know what you're showing.
Good morning. No, come on.
Oh, hello.
Good morning, everyone, from Las Vegas in matching shirts, which is really getting us really all riled up. Draft day, my friend. Ready to get to Sully with Celebrini?
Let's just be happy we have Celebrini.
Yes, but 11th.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I think it's Cole Iserman.
You think it's Cole? See, I think they're not done. They're going to move up to get
Steve?
Yeah.
If they do that, I don't think I'll make it out of this day alive.
So we did that at 8:30. So we rally for 5.5 hours of sleep and everything.
For 5.5 hours, yeah.
And Tiger, damn you. But we literally follow the directions to Starbucks inside Harrah's. And I was showing Jules exactly where we were going. I wasn't trying to get her into a alleyway, which she allegedly says I was.
You were trying to kill me.
Thanks, adopted stepdaughter. God,
anytime, Dad.
Yeah, thank you. We eventually find our way. We get back to our hotel condo, whatever. It was quite a fun trip.
But mind you, it was a parking lot he took me into, like a fucking parking lot. We walk up a stairwell and the door is locked. Oh my God. Thank you, dog. I agree. But yeah, so that was our Vegas journey. And then we went to the draft, and then I shat my pants as I was waiting for pick 11.
Not literally.
Not literally. Okay, I don't think I have to clarify that, but
just making at this point. Why not at this point? Oh my God.
Story time Sundays. Honestly, if we run out of content, you also, Ian, how are the ruffles?
They're amazing. I love these. So these are just for those that want to know, these are sour cream and bacon ruffles. Amazing.
Sour cream and bacon ruffles. Interesting.
I don't know if it's like a Canadian thing or not. They're my new thing.
I'm quite jelly.
They're pretty amazing.
Jelly's
good. Jelly's good. Yes.
Anyway,
so
I think we've derailed this enough. Ian, is your dog?
You think?
Did he bring
Nonetheless, we got the coffee. We got back safely. We made it in time to do the draft. We did our intro. I wanted to do more. Ideally, if we were able to, I was going to have B and Jules, and I think Hockey Jerk was like a few seats over from us, and then we eventually met up with Lacey. And I was hoping to sneak in like Jules's awesome mic that she had, so that way we can hey guys, get ready. There's going to be a trade to announce. Hey guys, they didn't take Steve Buiam. Let's go. That was our hopeful wishful thinking of that. But of course, no audio is allowed into into the building.
I mean, it's I don't know. Like I look back at though, I think and I think that we did a really good job.
Yeah. No, it was awesome.
It was fun. Like it's a lot. It was a lot to juggle. So I'm kind of like at the same time, like it's disappointing. You said we're able to do more from there, but I don't know how we would have juggled even more things.
Right. No,
between what AJ did for us, me and Mark on cast. Like it just I hope it was good. Like I hope everyone enjoyed the draft show.
It was a blast.
The live stream. Like I hope it turned out as well as we got a lot of good reaction to the post the recap show. I thought was really good. We seemed to get a lot of good feedback from that, which I was happy with because that was a fun, like it was a good show. But man, I'm so glad that I was like in bed and then like on the road the next day because I was fucking toast, like just burnt the fuck.
You're telling
out.
me you didn't want to go live at like 8 a.m. in the morning?
How does Canada have better chips? I don't understand. Like there's some flavors where when I was down there, I'm like, how do these not exist?
We had all dressed for years, and then the pandemic took them away for Ruffles.
You guys got fucked then because Ruffles all dressed are the best.
Well, see, there's that. Okay, all right. All dressed Ruffles or ketchup potato chips.
Sorry, I shouldn't be eating into the mic, but we're like so far on at this point.
Welcome to the ASMR channel.
Hey, we're throwing it back to Pucknology After Dark 2015 when Landy used to eat spaghetti while we were on the air. What are you talking about?
I prefer Ruffles, but I mean Lay's are fine too. Sorry, ketchup or all dressed?
Yes,
all dressed.
Really,
all dressed all day, man.
All right. Okay.
I'm not a fan of ketchup chips. Like. My son loves them and I loved them when I was a kid, but like I don't know, man, like they're just I think I outgrew them. You know what's really, really sad?
What is sad?
Is like I got a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos the other day, and like Cool Ranch Doritos used to be my jam. I shouldn't be eating chips, I'm diabetic. But and I ate like 4 of them and I gave the rest to Kate. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I don't know what happened. I'm just like sometimes you just eat a food too much and then like it's not good anymore. And like I'm sad a little bit the Cool Ranch Doritos are now on that list for me. But yeah.
Well.
Do we think I'm sorry, I have my bag of chips in the way and I can't see the chat. No, me and Puckguy are fighting over control here.
Okay.
Do you think that the Sharks will be a bottom 3 team next year?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Unless something miraculous happens, the Sharks are 1, not making the playoffs. 2 are probably bottom 3.
I just think if things all go the Sharks' way, which I think there is a good possibility, I don't know.
This blue line still ass.
But the goaltending and offensively, I think
the goaltending's fine, but like I feel like the goaltending's fine and it should continue to be fine. Last year, again, I've said this a lot, but like last year, for the first time in a long time, goaltending was not a topic of conversation for me. And me, I love beating up on goalies, even though it's like my favorite position.
I haven't seen Vanacek yet, so
I haven't seen Vanacek yet. I'm hoping he can bounce back, but I've liked what since like Ryan Miller and Thomas Spear and like all that guys have come in. Like I've kind of liked what I've seen from the Sharks goaltending. Like it's definitely taken a step, which again, and maybe it's a situation where it's like, well, of course it's a step. It couldn't get any worse. But I don't know, man. I think if Mackenzie Blackwood can stay healthy, big question. Vitek Vanacek can stay healthy, big question, and perform even the same as last year, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But those are big ifs though, right? I still think the blue line is ass for this team. I think the forwards are going to be fun. If this team can kind of play similar to the way Chicago did last year. I don't know how many people watched Blackhawks games last year, but like when I watched the Blackhawks, they were at least competitive. They weren't good, right? Like, I mean, they drafted 2nd overall again. If they can be not getting blown out 20-1, like in 20 goals in 2 games, I think that'll be a nice change.
Yeah.
The Sharks win at least 35 No, not a fucking chance.
Oh, less. Under.
I'd take the under on that.
I'd say 25-30.
I'd say
If they're a 25 win team, I think how many games they win last year?
19.
Yeah, if they win 25 games, I think it's a good run. Like it's a good season.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to have. So, all right. I think this time we're good.
For real.
For real.
For real.
So, in case you missed anything and you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or wherever you get your podcast. Oh, Lordy. If you want to listen to us on YouTube, you can do that as well. You can watch us on YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Leave a comment down below of what kind of summer content you want to see. I'm sure you're excited about this one as we all are. So let's wrap things up. Jules,
we have no discipline on this channel. Like we just have no self-discipline, right? None.
Well, I was just gonna say, keep it real, keep it teal. No, I'm joking. When the sharks
go ahead. Go.
Oh no, you fucking dare steal my line, Jules.
When the sharks do good, it's good.
She's
no, I'm joking, but
she's such a bully.
I am.
Puckguy was trying to take me into a parking lot.
I mean, am I wrong? You did take me to a parking lot, like
because
that is the exact. Okay, we need to end this.
Google Maps freaking told me to go that way for your freaking Starbucks.
See what I have to deal with, guys.
Oh, stop it!
The danger we put Jules in.
Yeah, the danger. You know, when Ian comes down to San Jose, I'm sure he'll put me in danger also, you know.
I would never. Never.
It's a collective group effort.
You guys will put me in. I won't know where anything is. If I put you in danger, it won't be my fault. It won't be negligence on my part.
To be fair, Puckguy didn't know anything in Vegas, so.
I know the stuff on the strip. That's pretty much it. And the Taco Bell.
I get my dog. Wrap this up. When the sharks do good, it's good.
Yeah, that.
You stole my line.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. Good night, everyone.